Welcome to Children's Ward. My name's Sian Townsend and I'm the lead nurse for paediatrics in Princess of Wales Hospital in Bridgend. Your journey will start here at the front door where you'll be taken into the Paediatric Assessment Unit, or more familiarly called PAU.
Hi, my name is Angela Lewis and I'm a paediatric nurse practitioner. I work here in the Paediatric Assessment Unit in the Princess of Wales Hospital. This is the unit you would come if you'd been sent in by your family doctor or from the emergency department if you were unwell. Here you'd be seen by myself or one of the other children's nurses and by a children's doctor.
Hello, my name is Kaya Hen. I'm the ward manager of the children's unit in Princess of Wales Hospital here. I have a young man here today who's is an inpatient of ours at the moment, but he's agreed to be a little, what should we say, a little guinea pig, just for a couple of minutes, because we're going to show you what we would do when you would be admitted to this unit. And when you come into a children's ward or to the paediatric assessment unit, the very basic things we would do initially is what we would call a set of observation. And that is a pulse, a temperature, a respiratory rate, and a blood pressure. So Miguel here is going to help me, and I'm going to help him, and I'm going to do his observations for him. They don't hurt, they're not scary, they just need you to listen to what we're going to say, and then everything will be fine. Is that okay, Miguel?
Yeah.
So first off, I'm going to do your temperature. It's a funny little machine that goes in your ears, makes a funny little beep, but it doesn't actually hurt you, okay? Good boy. Excellent, that's really lovely, 37, beautiful. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put a little thing on your arm. Alright, we need to make sure that we get it the right way around, otherwise it doesn't work. And Miguel is being really good here. If you can just stay there nice and softly there, Miguel. It hurts, it pumps up like, sorry, it doesn't hurt, it pumps up like a balloon, so it's a bit uncomfortable, okay, but it doesn't take very long. We ready? Good lad. Takes a while, all these little observations, but they're very important for us to get a good picture of what may be going on. The next thing we do is a little peg that goes on your finger, and what this gives us is the amount of oxygen that's going around your system, okay? And that tells us if your chest is working nicely. It will also give us what we call a pulse, which is how fast your heart is beating. But for a pulse, we really should listen in a bit more, so we'll be doing that again in a minute. Okay, so that's that one. That's, look at you, 100, top marks. That one tells me your pulse is 105, which is lovely for your age. But what we should do really, in order to get a very good picture, is do a pulse from here, okay? And we would have to sit and count for a full minute, and that would give us a good indication of what your pulse is doing, all right? At the same time as we're doing that, we're also looking to see how fast you're breathing. And again, that lasts for a full minute. And then we plot it all down on a chart, gives us a good indication of where there may be some things not quite right, and where there are some things that are really, really right. And then we would report that on to the doctor. So they don't hurt, do they? No. When Miguel came into hospital, he had a few little tests done. You may be a little girl or boy that would actually need a bit more done, and these may include a urine sample, in which case we would ask you to do a little bit of a wee in a little pot, and we would send that off to be looked at. We may need a little bit of blood from you, in which case we would pop some magic cream on an arm, and a doctor would come and take the little bit of blood away. Again, we could send that off to be tested. The other thing you may have to have is a little picture, maybe of your chest or your tummy or your arm or your leg, anything like that, just so that the doctor could get a clearer picture of what may be going on. Those would be the little tests that you may have to have done. But bear in mind, not every child has to have those done.
This bay is called the Red Bay, and it's dedicated to little toddlers and babies. So it combines the beds and cots. In this area we allow one parent to stay. Visiting is for all day for parents, and it's 5 to 7 for other members of the family to visit. The philosophy of care on Children's Ward is family-centred care. So we do encourage families and parents to continue the care that they give their children at home here in the hospital environment. Here we have Harry, who is with his sister and mum and dad, and is continuing to play while in the hospital environment. Here we have the blue bay, and this is the ward for older children.
This is our HDU room, and HDU for us means high dependency unit. If you were in this room, you would have a nurse with you all of the time, and that would allow us to keep a very, very close eye on you, because you would be quite poorly if you were in this room. Your mummy and daddy would be allowed to stay with you, and mummy and daddy would be allowed to stay the night as well. So we have here the same machine that took the blood pressure at the top. We have the same little peg that took your, remember the peg that went on your finger that took your pulse and your oxygen levels? That is here. But what we've also got here that we didn't have at the top is what we call an ECG monitor. Now this allows us to see a little picture of what your heart is doing, and it allows us to see how fast or how slow your heart is beating.
Should we cook? Where's the cooker? You're going to make me some toast. Can you make me some toast? Toaster on there. Put the toaster on. Ah. That's great.
Yes.